We passed the Infrastructure Act, a $1.2 trillion investment in the roads and the highways, the bridges, the ports, the airports, cybersecurity. In the last administration, they had an infrastructure day, they had an infrastructure week, they had an infrastructure month. They just didn't have an infrastructure bill. But in the very first year of President Biden's administration, we got it done.
Jamie Raskin, as he does so often and better than most, used every second of his time today to outline both the accomplishments of Democrats and the Biden administration, and in turn how Republicans seek to take credit for those very same accomplishments, all while they voted against them.
In the last administration, they had an infrastructure day, they had an infrastructure week, they had an infrastructure month. They just didn't have an infrastructure bill. And after 4 years, nothing from them. But in the very first year of President Biden's administration, we got it done. A massive investment in the infrastructure needs of America, which now some of our colleagues across the aisle are trying to take credit for back in their districts, even though they voted against it here in Washington. And of course, we are laser focused on defending the rights of the American people. The rights of American women that have been put in danger by their gerrymandered, Trumpified Supreme Court, which overturned Roe versus Wade, a precedent for more than 50 years in our country. And now they are marching all over America, their anti-abortion movement, to try to destroy women's right to choose their own health care in consultation with their families. From the states, originally their rhetoric was, oh, states' rights. Now they want to take it away from the states and have a national criminal ban on women's right to choose. And in their desperate effort to distract from that and all of the other absurdities of their party, now they come forward with this resolution today. The distinguished gentleman from Kentucky, the ranking member, goes on Fox News and says that he and his Republican colleagues are focused like a laser on the topic of Hunter Biden. That's what they're focused like a laser on. While we're fighting for the common interest, for the common good and the public interest of the American people, with the Inflation Reduction Act and the Infrastructure Act, defending women's right to choose against their theocratic schemes to dictate to the women of America what their personal choices are going to be, their laser focus now is to distract everybody with
Will the gentleman yield?
I'd say the only thing missing from this perfect speech was Biden's surprisingly good McConnell impersonation.
There are a lot more Republicans taking credit for that bill than we actually voted for it. I see them out there, and now we're going to build this new bridge here. We're all for it. And by the way, this new road, and we're going to have an internet that's going to be all the way. I love them, man. They don't have any shame.
But on a serious note, as we barrel towards the midterms, this is the very issue that Democrats should be playing on repeat. Because while Republicans are doing everything possible to, say, strip away women's rights, or illegally filling up planes with migrants, or ranting about caravans that conveniently only get mentioned around election time, Democrats, well, they got shit done. And continue to.
We got it done.
MeidasTouch is unapologetically pro-democracy. And look, we know you are too. So please make sure you check out our best-selling shirt and our best-selling gear, the unapologetically pro-democracy gear. And hey, while you're at it, make sure you check out my favorite shirt and one of our most famous designs, It Wasn't Rigged, You're Just a Loser, at store.meidastouch.com. That's store.meidastouch.com.